Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rob and thanks for joining us today. Here at the Campbell Chronicles, we love doing all things family, travel, and Disney. We have a lot of fun with our travels, and so if any of those are of value to you, definitely consider liking and subscribing. We do have a bunch of plans for you in the future, including giveaways, cruises, and trips to Walt Disney World. You're not going to want to miss out on a lot of fun that we have planned. Speaking of cruises, we're actually going to head over to the Disney Cruise Line and discuss something that a lot of people seem to be on the fence about in the community. We're going to be talking about that unlimited photo package that you can purchase while aboard any of the Disney cruise ships. We're going to just be discussing all things about it. We're going to take a deep dive into it, discuss all the details, and at the very end, we're going to tell you whether we think it's worth it or not to buy the unlimited package while sailing on a Disney cruise ship. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. What is the unlimited package? Well, simply put, it's an unlimited package that will give you digital downloads for every single picture you take through a Shutter's cast member. Now, Shutters is it's a third-party company that Disney hires to come and do all their photography. And I have to say, they earned that spot. They are really, really good at what they do. Shutters is actually located on deck 4 there, where they have all the different kiosks that you can go check out your pictures that you take along the trip, and so on. So yeah, Shutters is really, really good at what they do. Now let's go ahead and knock out the pricing real quick. Pricing. Before you go on the cruise, it's going to be cheaper than what it is when you are on the ship. You do get to save a lot of money. Now, depending on how long you're sailing, it changes the price a little bit. For example, my 7-night sailing coming up here in February, if you were to purchase it beforehand, it's going to cost you a total of $295.95. Whereas if you buy it on the ship, it's going to cost you about $349.95. So there is a discount for those people who go and buy it early. There's another discount for those who are planning a back-to-back sailing. I did this list last November and I was able to receive a discount on the second package. It was normally about $200. We got it for about half off that second sailing, and that is only going to be given to you if you go talk to them specifically. Talk to the manager over there at Shutters and let them know that you're doing the back-to-back sailing, and they will more than likely be willing to work something out with you. That was a really nice gesture on their behalf because we did end up spending about $300 on the pictures for both sailings. Just something good to know. One thing you got to know when it comes to this is the pricing is good for one stateroom. That's right, only one stateroom, and that can kind of be a hassle if you're traveling with a large group that's in 2 or more staterooms. You only get that one stateroom. Each time you go up to a Shutters photographer, they're going to ask you what stateroom you're in. They'll plug it in, and you'll do that. Now, what they can do and what they've seen them do is they will take, if you are taking a group picture with a lot of different staterooms and that one person in that stateroom has the package, that person will get it. It will not go to the other staterooms. Only the person who bought the unlimited package, it'll show up in theirs. Now, I've noticed sometimes they're not always super strict about it, but I really don't think it's something you want to chance. If it's something that you want and you have a large group and each stateroom wants theirs, I would definitely consider buying it from each of the staterooms. That way when you go up to the Shutters photographer, you can say this, give them all the staterooms that you're in. That way it'll go to everybody and no one's missing out on the pictures. So as mentioned before, you can purchase this before you get on the ship, and you're going to get the best discount there, but there are, even before you get on the ship, there are places to take pictures. Depending on where you're at, whether you're at Port Canaveral or Miami or Galveston or so on, there will be a place where you can take a picture, sometimes with a character, sometimes not. With COVID, I really haven't seen that come about lately, but there's still places you can take a picture before you get on the ship. Even while you're on the ship, there's places all throughout the ship, whether it be with characters or without, that you can take some actually really good photos with. Now that's kind of cool. They're not just going to only be in the lobby atrium area, they're throughout the ship. And a lot of times up on deck 11 or 12 by the pool area, in the mornings and so on. The one thing I will say about this as far as the scheduling goes, I really wish they would put that in the Navigator app and put it a little bit more clearly where they're going to be and who's going to be there. They will say, like, for the main lobby atrium area, they will say character greeting. Cool, but who? I want to know who's going to be there, because different times, different places, different outfits. I would like to know that information, and I know Disney knows, so why aren't they sharing that with us? I think it might be their form of crowd control. So I don't know, but I would really appreciate as a guest, I would like to know who's going to be there, where they're going to be, and I would like to know even more, like are they going to be up on deck 11 or 12, from what times, and so on, because that way we can get a better value and get more for our money when it comes to buying this unlimited photo package. Now, one thing you got to remember at the end of your cruise, you have to go pick up your USB drive. That's going to be picked up from shutters on deck 4, and you can't forget it. If you forget it, I think there are ways to get it, and I've actually had this in the past where we had our thumb drive in hand, and for some reason, I don't know what to say, we lost it, and I was able to get a hold of them within a certain time, and they were able to actually email me those pictures. Now, they did say this, it was a good thing that we had emailed them when we did, because they do get deleted after a certain amount of time. I want to say it was within 45 days. They're gone. They're deleted. They're cleared from their servers. They're just not taking up space anymore. So if you lose your thumb drive, or if you forget to pick it up at the end of your cruise, you have to email them as soon as you possibly can and let them know what stateroom and what dates your cruise and sailing was, all that, and they will get back to you, and they will hopefully be able to get that to you if they haven't been erased already. Another thing you're not going to want to forget is, even though that this is purchased for the cruise, you can actually extend that off the cruise onto Castaway Cay. Those shutter photographers, the same ones that work the ship, are going to get off the ship too, and they're going to have character interactions along as you walk towards the beaches, and they're going to have some on the beaches and so on. There's a bunch of different places that these shutter photographers will show up and ask you if you want your picture. I like that, I really do, because it's nice to have a great family picture on the beach, or maybe with your favorite characters along the way, you know. And so and of course you get some of those great shots of the ship and under the archway and so on. There's really good shots, really good opportunities to be had, and another way to get more value for your money. That way that whole day, if you will, isn't wasted. You can have those shots still taken on Castaway Cay, and I do like that. And the biggest question is, why do you do this? Well, it's plain and simply to save those memories. Your kids, your family members, they're only going to be this age once. This is that one cruise. Maybe for some people they're only going to do the one. It's the only one they're ever going to do. If that's the case, yeah, do it, because you're not going to want to forget. You're going to want these pictures to have with you for the rest of your lives. And so let's go ahead and answer the question everybody's waiting for. Is the unlimited photography worth it? Do you want all those pictures? Is it worth it? I'm going to say yes, but it depends. Do you plan on taking photos? If the answer is yes, are you on a 4-night or longer sailing? If the answer is yes, I would say yes, it's worth it. And the reason why I say not for 3 nights is because it's hard to make time to take all those pictures without missing on a bunch of other stuff in 3 nights. 3-night cruises aren't that long. It's like they just come and go before you know it. And so is it worth it? I guess if it's your family and you have to have those pictures, yeah, get it. Now with COVID, things have changed a little bit with the pictures and the characters and so on, but they're still really good experiences. They're still able to capture some really special moments that you might not get otherwise. Now, a lot of the times when it comes to photography, the cast members are not allowed to hold your cell phones. So you got to make sure you know that during certain character meet and greets, you can talk to the characters, you have a good time, but if there's no photographer there, you have to take a selfie. I really like the ones where there's a photographer, you can take your mask off for the picture, and you can really just have a good interaction that, you know, and the photographer is capturing those moments as you go. But yeah, so I would definitely say it's worth it, okay? The big question of the day, is it worth it? Yeah, I really do think it's worth it. Definitely check it out. If it's in the cards, if it's in the budget to purchase your unlimited package, do it before you get on the cruise. Save yourself a chunk of change. Use that on the ship. Save yourself that money so you can go have a lot of fun and capture those memories and save them for years to come. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is the unlimited package something that you guys have done or maybe want to do in the future? I'd love to hear from you. Put your questions and your comments in this comment section below. We will get back to you if you have any questions for sure. And if you found anything of value today, hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help our channel out in reaching our next big milestone. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you real soon. And remember, adventure is out there.
Tonight is all for you.